football at its absolute best.
Yeah, they had us the first half, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, could be Wayne.
I think I got my swagger back. Oh.
I love it, baby.
Them orange britches. Something about them orange britches.
Tennessee wins! By Tennessee, Jawan Jennings. Jennings makes the catch.
Ball hit high in the air into right field. Going back is Sayre. And Tennessee can say hello win column. A grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. You can't draw it up any better.
We just won a basketball game, and we're very happy right now.
McGrath for the win. He got it. If you don't like college football and you watch this one, I'm not sure what your problem is.
Reddit to do, and welcome into More Important Issues. It is Wednesday, May 11th, May 14th. That should be updated. Let's see if I did it. It's May 14th. I know what day it is. I was just reading off the bottom there. Coming at you a day early, or 3 days early, depending on which day you're going off of. It is good to be back here, as always. We've got some talking points. It is. I mean, we're getting close to. Don't let it come sooner. Let's go to Hoover and have a good experience. Let's find a way to host, get a series win. There's a way. You don't necessarily need it. Get a series win, host a regional. Let's say that. Have some fun in the postseason. I don't want to get to the grueling long. Just talking drama and speculation over and over again. Months. I hate those months. Like, shout out to Tony Vitello and the boys for last year, willing to do it for like a month and a half. It was awesome.
Yeah. You just need to kind of find yourself and just know no matter who you play, like it's all about you. Tennessee is losing baseball games because of themselves. It's not really anything any other team's doing. It's kind of all been them. And we're sitting here like we've lost 13 games. That seems like not a lot, but it feels like we are not a good baseball team right now.
Well, several of those 13 losses have come at just not great times. They've come in the form of series losses at home.
Yep.
I'm not trying to down them when I say all that. I think everyone should put 40 wins into perspective, but I think it's also would be unfair to not put those losses into context and say what they are. That this team isn't at the level that fans expected it to be, the country expected it to be, that I'm sure they expected them to be at this point in the season. So, I don't know. It's crazy, though, how fast people turn. Like, we were pounding our chests about everything school. I mean, like 3 months ago? Now we're like, can we just play football? Which I get. I would like to be really good at football. And also, it could be a tough 2025. Like, prepare yourself for anger, fans. If you're already looking forward to football season, prepare yourself.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
just remember how happy you were when Josh Heupel told Nico to take a walk. Just remember that. That's all I ask.
I mean, Tennessee, we're sitting here. They went 44-22 2 years ago, and I don't think anybody's thinking like that team like set the world on fire. But they did make it Omaha, and they won a game in Omaha, and they won 16 conference games. Tennessee already has 15 right now with one series to go. So, do I think this team is a top 8 team in the country? Probably not. But I think they've played with everybody, and they force a rubber match, and that's Tennessee just hasn't won those rubber matches. Like, that's the reality. They have to find a way to win some of those close ball games, because I think all those are pretty close except for the LSU one on Sunday. So they need to figure out how to win those close games and decide a series.
You're right. They've been in games, but can I be the downer once more, just again to put it into context? You don't have the hitters you had on that 2023 team. You also don't have an All-American pitcher that just hasn't found his groove yet. Like, you don't have that ace in your sleeve somewhere.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, you had Chase Burns, who just sucked as a starter that year.
Yeah.
And then comes alive in the bullpen late in the season.
Are you
You
saying
don't have that ace in your sleeve? You don't have that.
Okay. Like in the bullpen.
Yeah. Well, like you don't have that in the bullpen, and it's not like you're like, well, there's an All-American. If he comes along, not that someone necessarily can't come along, like you knew what you had. You had an All-American that just wasn't performing well, and you weren't winning games. He comes alive, and gets you to Omaha.
Yeah, okay, I get what you're saying. Okay, I thought you meant like Tennessee doesn't have an All-American pitcher, and I was like, well, that's not true. Liam Doyle. They don't have one that
hasn't come alive yet. Like they don't have one sitting there. You're just like, when he comes around, and he comes around at the best time possible.
Mm-hmm.
And it did take some changes.
Yeah, and there's some changes going on this weekend. We'll talk about that a little bit more. But there's AJ Russell and Nate Snead were supposed to be those guys like you were talking about.
Right. And
they just haven't lived up to it. Now, Nate Snead did have a good outing or did have a good series against Vanderbilt. Needs to continue to build on that. I know he gave up that home run late in the game on Sunday, but you're already down at that point. It just stinks that you lost by 1 run because of it, but whatever. I thought he pitched pretty well. Need to see him continue to build on that. But yeah, AJ Russell is a guy that you're like, yeah, he's going to come back for SEC play and he's going to be himself and this and that. And it just hasn't. He had a good bullpen outing last weekend. Mm-hmm. But it hasn't. You're not getting the quality starter that you thought you were with AJ Russell, who was probably going to be a first-round draft pick before his injury.
And maybe you look back when all this is said and done, and you're going, one of those guys was the Chase Burns of this team. I'm not putting that out of question. But I like what we know of them right now. Like Chase, you saw Chase as a freshman do what he did as a starter.
Mm-hmm.
That entire season was frustrating. I'm not going to say I didn't think it would work. That's not the right word. But I just little faith that like him coming out of the bullpen would do much.
Yeah.
From what we saw. Again, I hope we look back and maybe, because those are probably the two guys you'd have to say that would be who it is.
Yeah. Well, since we're on this topic, let's hit a Uno reverse and let's just talk about baseball since we're just
okay.
Sorry for the switch up. If you were thinking we're going to talk about Nike or Adidas, I guess you can hang on for a little bit longer.
Well, we had noon games to talk about.
That's true. So. Yeah. We can hold on for a little bit. I think a big problem with this team is the fact that they got off to such a hot start.
Okay.
And expectations just rose.
Sure.
I think there's still talent on this team, but they're playing right now like a team who lost basically everybody. The Tennessee's calling like their best hitters right now, besides Gavin Keelan and Andrew Fisher, are the two guys that like were in the lineup and made big plays for Tennessee. I'm not saying that, but they weren't expected to light the world on fire. And that's Hunter Ensley and Dean Curley. Like those two last year weren't expected to just light it up in the box. Now they were good on a really good baseball team, but now they're expected to be the guy. And Hunter Ensley's answered that call. He's been incredible. Dean Curley hasn't. And you just don't have that list of guys. Like you don't have a Kavaris Tears or Dylan Dreiling just sitting in the middle of your lineup lighting it up. Where right. if you get Blake Burke or Christian Moore out, which is a tough ask, you have those guys right behind them, Billy Amick and those guys to worry about. You just don't have that same set. Like the lineup just doesn't set fear into the opposing pitchers. It just doesn't.
Yeah, and it also isn't good enough to overcome defensive mistakes. Whereas that, I can't remember who it might have been. I can't remember who tweeted out, and I was like, yeah, it kind of hits the nail on the head for a lot of the issues. Your offense was so good last year that any defensive errors it covered up. Not that they happened a ton, but like that team didn't play just the cleanest baseball if a ball was put into play. I feel like we talked about midway through last year, like they were due for a really dumb error a game, like one that was kind of unexplainable. And
people were saying Christian Moore should just DH because he's not good.
I wasn't gonna say his name, but he was due for one dumb error a game. Like he was, and usually they're just trying to make a play he didn't need to try to make, or showing off the arm, whatever it may be. But their offense covered every one of those up, and you don't have that. And that's not all of the issues, but that's a part of it is you're making several dumb mistakes that compound, and then your offense isn't good enough to keep up, let alone cover up.
Yeah. I mean, it's a situational hitting, and last year, or at least the last couple of years, you were able to hit so many home runs that, like, who cares if this guy got caught stealing, or who cares if he gave up a solo home run the inning before? Like, we were going to get that back. Down 3 runs was nothing to Tennessee. Down 3 runs with this team feels like 10 runs at times.
Yeah, even in our small ballpark, it feels like that.
Yeah, I mean,
especially was it Sunday that how many did we hit to the wall Sunday night? Yeah, we watched it live and we were just really depressed. I mean, so many freaking warning track balls. Yeah, it was brutal.
I mean, they just have it's a lot of young guys, and last year they had Dean Curley, and that was the only really freshman that had to play a ton. I mean, that you had 5 guys hit over 20 home runs. You have 1 this year. Like, it's just a total different dynamic, and it stinks. But at the same time, it's like you've won 40 games. Like we've come so far is what I'm trying to say with all this. I mean, 40 games is the amount that you won in 2019. That was kind of the first step in the right direction. You're like, okay, like we are building something. We've made it to the postseason, made it to a regional, and then 2020, obviously, like that season got canceled. But that was kind of the turning point. Of like, okay, I see the vision now. And now we're sitting here like, yeah, we might not host a regional, but we're definitely going to be in a regional. We're going to be a 1 or a 2 seed. And that's a top 32 team, which Tennessee should definitely be a top 32 team. They're more like a probably top 20 team. It just stinks that we play in the toughest conference in America, and it is what it is. We're having a bit of a down year so far. There's still time to come back, and hey, what a series to get back on the right track than Arkansas on the road.
I mean, that would revive a fan base.
I mean, you could spin it 2 ways.
Like people complaining about money will come out of the woodwork to drop dollar bills on regional tickets. I mean,
on what?
That would flip it on regional tickets. That would flip the season on its head.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you're back. You win the series, you're all the way back. Everybody's
I think a Vanderbilt series win would have done at least a little bit of that. Not as much, because Vanderbilt's not as good as Arkansas is this year, but it would have – you would not have seen the complaining you're getting. I've had to block UT Athletics from calling me because they want me to renew my basketball tickets, and I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not ready for that commitment yet. No. Give me a second.
I think it's like a week away from the deadline or something.
Okay. So are you renewing them?
No.
Okay, you're out.
I don't want to renew football, but if these weren't tickets that I've had for my family's had for 50 plus years, I wouldn't.
Just because of the price?
Yeah, like when does it stop?
Okay, yeah. It's not apparently.
It's not. It's not. I mean, golly, dude.
Well, and that's a good thing with
we got to come up with the inflation term for just Tennessee athletics.
With baseball, it's like, man, the atmosphere just isn't the same anymore. Yeah, because we won so much, ticket prices went through the roof. Those people that made that atmosphere can't afford it anymore.
Yeah, the dirty old rednecks down on the first base line can't get in.
I know. It's crazy.
I mean, are people even taking their tarps off anymore? Or is this a regular old ballet crowd?
we don't hit enough home runs for me to want to take my shirt off anymore. So, yeah,
you were on TV Friday night.
Was I?
You made it for a second. Yeah, I was in the middle of something, so I couldn't rewind it and go back, but
that's fine.
To get a picture. But you were on TV good after the win. Yeah, you look great, man.
No,
you were made for TV.
Some would say for podcasting.
Sure.
Maybe not. Maybe not TV. I don't know if I could do TV. I'd be like Morgan Wallen, get me back to the God's country. Is that what he tweeted after SNL?
You flying on private jets?
I have once.
You have, yeah. You are a PJ guy, aren't you? Forgot about that.
Yeah, not
man of the people over here.
It's just not
I've never flown private.
Yet.
I'm a man of the people. Never.
One day when we make it big, we will
never have a man of the people.
We're just gonna rent one. We'll probably not ever buy a private jet because that's crazy money, but we could rent one for.
I mean, real one's not cheap either.
You're right, but that's a one-time thing. Just to say we flew.
When you say we're gonna rent one, you mean like all these TikTokers get accused of doing? We rent one for like an hour photo shoot that doesn't never leaves the ground.
It's kind of like a party van. Yeah, you just kind of like up and down kind of thing. Yeah.
We're just gonna build a set that looks like a private jet.
Okay. It's actually just like
where it's like a single prop plane.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
We had to wear headphones.
Yeah, we leave at an island home instead of.
Which, by the way, if someone wants to take me somewhere in their little Cessna, I'll do it. I'm in. I would not complain about that trip.
One thing I did want to mention with baseball is Hunter Inslee. Dog.
Standing out for the boy.
Yep.
Good send off, Lindsey Nelson, by the way.
Yeah. And I mean he's one of the he's another like really good story like a Trey Lipscomb. Wait your turn and it'll all kind of work out. And he's done that and kind of taken over. Like he's become the captain of Tennessee. And I mean, I don't think you can find a better one. A guy that's willing to run through walls to win a baseball game.
Yeah.
Literally. A double elimination game. Like that game isn't going to send you home. He's that crazy with it. Yeah, it's really cool to see kind of how his career worked out. Obviously, like the, what's it called? The documentary that they did on him was really good. And I got to meet his dad last weekend, and his dad's like the exact same person.
Is he going to honor his trip to Alaska since?
He needs to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to cash in on that. NIL money's got to be hidden. He's got it. I mean, he probably has a PJ by now, or at least knows somebody that can get us on one.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
I just want to go fishing with him, man.
Yeah, Devin Arnold said Hunter Inslee is the baseball equivalent to Juwan Jennings. What's your thoughts on that?
I love Juwan Jennings, like JJ Jet Plane. That's my boy. Hunter Inslee won a national championship.
That's a good point. I was thinking more of just like not the most athletic.
Yeah.
But a guy that just wanted it more than anybody else.
There's great comparisons.
Yeah.
They have been the dogs of the program.
Both hate Vanderbilt with an absolute passion.
Yeah.
They say it in a little bit different ways.
JJ didn't win a Super Bowl in orange, though. I mean, come on. Like, that was cool. Love that. Should have been the MVP.
He didn't win a Super Bowl.
They didn't win. Oh, yeah, they didn't.
That's why he did. That's why he wasn't.
Wasn't the MVP. Well, yeah. Still wouldn't have been in orange. It was fun to watch. Like, I loved Juwan Jennings. We'll always love Juwan Jennings.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great comparison. I do. If I'm ranking my favorite Vol, it's Hunter Inslee.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Tennessee's had some really good ambassadors for the university over the past couple of years. Hunter Inslee,
I
Zakai.
think Zakai's another good comparison to like those three are probably they are three of my favorite Vols. You know who's number one in that list for me. And they're three great comparisons. Like they don't necessarily like they obviously have a lot of just gifted talent, like a ton, but compared to their peers, not the most gifted.
Yeah.
In size and speed, strength, whatever. Like each one has kind of their own things that comparing next to like if a scout compared them next to a peer, like would keep them back. But dudes that just win at all cost mentality.
Mm-hmm. And I was thinking about it today. What's this baseball team look like if Hunter Inslee decides not to come back?
I don't want to talk about that, Landon.
It'd be pretty tough. But what a game for him last night, hitting that.
You probably lose to Belmont. I mean, Tony mentioned he's like, if you bring him out there and you lose, like, ugh. But and he still got close, and he played a portion of that game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was 2 for 2 with an RBI home run. Yeah, he's just dog. I was looking at his stats today. So first of all, he's been to Omaha 3 times, which is insane. He's won 2 SEC regular season titles, 2 tournament titles, and then he's won a national championship.
Yeah, I mean,
he's been to the Super Regionals 4 times in 4 years, and to be determined on a 5th. He batted .296 last year. Now he's batting .368.
All right. So the Tennessee baseball Hunter Inslee, before there was a Hunter Inslee, was our good friend of the pod, Evan Russell.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
After reading off those accolades, we got to tell our boy Evan Hunter takes a spot. He's a Tennessee kid.
I mean, Hunter won a national championship. How do you?
Right. Right.
I mean, my thing is like he's one of the all-time greats.
No, Evan rocks. I mean, like especially like for where like he was a part of the program, kind of coming into its own, and then you also have that move his senior year that was incredibly selfless, just like so special in his own right. But yeah, no, build the statue, build it. Out front. I'll start off if you need me to. I'm not an artist, but I'll make it work.
Okay. Yeah,
it's got to be the slide.
Yeah. It is, but dude, the catch that he made.
It's the slide. It's the slide. I mean, it literally won you a national championship, and it was to this day. I'm not like the biggest baseball fan. It is one of the most athletic plays I've ever seen in all sports.
And then he kind of did not the exact same slide, but he did like a Houdini slide.
Right. But I mean, still nowhere like, so I mean, I think that's why I'm like so blown away by it is, and you've watched way more baseball than me. I've never seen any attempt like that.
Yeah.
Let alone a successful play. And then you put what's at stake on it. And it's one of the most impressive plays I've ever seen in a sport.
Yeah, you almost have to tip your cap to Aaron Combs for even making it that close where it was the winning run. Because it wasn't going to be.
Right.
And then he kind of...
right.
So, yeah, I guess Hunter Inslee has to give props to Aaron Combs for making that even bigger moment.
The wall play is balls to the wall, flat out ever. But it's a routine, certainly not. But like you see plays like that in baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, Cabarrus Tears had one the next day. Or was that the same game? Was that the same game? Obviously, he wasn't running quite as hard, but I mean, a hard collision with the wall.
Mm-hmm.
It was an absolute. I'm not trying to like down that play one bit. I think it's going to live in volunteer lore forever, rightfully so. I probably think about that slide 5 or 6 times a week. That's how they're rent free. I mean, it's up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just the helmet throw at the end was
the spike.
Yeah,
he's a football player. I mean,
and he kind of did the same thing the other day against Vanderbilt. Like he slid, and it was almost the exact same setup. Slides in,
right.
everybody on the opposing team thought he was out, and he knew it from the get-go. Safe through his helmet. F y'all.
Oh man, it's absolutely incredible. I like Tennessee's chances. I like Tennessee's chance. Any team that has Hunter Hensley on it, like I'm willing to say there's a chance.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, going into this weekend, it's a very simple mindset. You want to host a regional?
It's win at all costs. It's Hunter Hensley type moments. Win at all costs.
Win the damn series.
Do whatever it takes. Throw everything in the kitchen sink at Dave Van Horn.
Yeah. I mean, you got Marcus Phillips on Thursday. That's going to be a little different. He's on a short rest. So I'm interested to see how long he goes. I imagine they like him starting because there's nobody on the base paths. And then, if he gets in trouble, guys start stealing on him, then you take him out and get somebody else in there. Don't let it linger. Just keep.
Sure.
Because you want to win Thursday night bad, because you win Thursday night and then you get Liam Doyle on Saturday. That sets you up nicely. And then you don't even have to worry about it.
Are they pitching him Friday or Saturday?
Friday, sorry.
Okay.
I'm getting it confused.
I figured. I did just want to check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Liam Doyle on Friday. He will have the same amount of rest. And then Tegan Coons will go Sunday. And then, we've been so bad at rubber matches. I'm up for hey, let's not even have one. Let's just go 2. Win the series, and then we can go for the sweep. I'm cool with that, but we win the series. You win the series, you're back at hosting, and all is well, and we're all back. We're back.
We're back. Like we never left.
I want to be back so bad. Please. Please. God, and see.
Speaking of postseason,
I mean, he might retire. We should beat him so bad he wants to retire. Yeah.
Speaking of postseason baseball, I do want to give a quick shout out and an apology issued, because Mason Chandler alerted me to this earlier in the season about how this would play out. But Johnson University played in the NAI, I believe, the NAIA tournament. Their season has come to an end. I'm trying to find their final record. When he texted me about it, they were 30-9 and number 1 in their league. And that is former Tennessee coach Dave Serrano leading the way over there. But they've kind of, because of that hire, they've kind of come out of nowhere. Last season they went 2 years ago. Sorry, 2 years ago they went 5-44. This year they went 30-9 with a postseason appearance. That's a wild turnaround.
Okay, I like it. Building some dynasties.
They finished 36-18. Someone noted the baseball prowess, I guess, happening around Knoxville right now. You had Johnson in the NAIA. You have Maryville. You have Maryville in the Division III tournament. You have, I think, Carson Newman in the Division II. I think Pillissippi and Walter State and Cleveland State all had really good seasons. I don't know where they're at as far as postseason goes. But baseball all around Knoxville is – which, some of those programs have been good for a while. Walter State, most notably, I would say, in that group I just listed off. But
what the hell?
Pretty crazy. What?
So they won their first game.
Johnson.
And then they lost their second game to LSU Shreveport, who's 53-0.
Oh, yeah. I think that was who had the regional host.
Yeah.
Shreveport, yeah.
And then they lost their second game to the team they beat first.
53-0. Good God. That's
I mean, I'm just looking at their scores. I mean, most of them aren't even close.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like, they are beating the brakes.
If I'm thinking of the right, I think they have several national champions. I think that is a very good baseball.
They beat Texas College 42-4. I don't know anything about Texas College, but that seems insane.
I've never heard of the run rule. Get out of there.
That was in 7 innings.
Did you hear about Washington, I believe? I think it's Washington. Hear what they did to an NAIA school? They were losing. I guess before, because it would be called complete in the seventh inning, correct? Once the seventh inning's completed, a game can be completed. Like, if it rain delay or something.
I think so, yeah.
So before the end of the seventh, at some point, their lights turned off. They were losing to an NAIA school, and their lights turned off. And they ended up calling the game due to technical issues. And it couldn't be called complete, so they did not get the loss.
Oh, bullcrap.
I think you have to take that loss. I think you have to.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to.
Either you figure out a way to turn on those lights or you take the loss. Those are your options.
Right. Speaking of lights, this is not going to be under the lights, but a noon game.
Oh, though it's in a dome, so they'll probably have lights on.
Yeah, I guess.
Otherwise, it'll be real dark. Are you going?
No. I mean, this further solidifies. I'm glad I'm not.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I've come to love noon games after playing so many night games.
Yeah.
But that week in college football, I want to be parked on my couch watching on my massive TV. And that's what I'll be doing. And by that time, you will be able to build your own multi-views on YouTube TV.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it helps us at all. But Tennessee does play in the morning, so maybe that does. I just think there's, like, going into this one, there wasn't a lot, like, I was, like, super excited about anyway, other than, like, I don't know anything about Syracuse. I don't think Syracuse knows anything about Syracuse, and probably the same for Tennessee.
Absolutely the same for Tennessee.
Yeah. But, I mean, there's just no juice to this game.
Yeah, which is, like, even better. Get it out of the way. I don't want to sit around until 7 p.m. and wonder about this game.
Yeah.
Just play it.
Do you think, and maybe not, I'm just making conversation here. Do you think if Nico's still the quarterback, it's a noon game?
Probably.
Okay.
Just looking at the rest of the slate for that, like, I'll be on, even as a Tennessee, for so many reasons. I bet if this game is a home and home, it has more juice. It'd be like, might as well play the game in Ireland. Like, let's at least have some fun. Go somewhere. Like, it's so dumb, dude.
Yeah. Well, then they're going to play Georgia Tech there like the next year, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully not. Hopefully it's in Bobby Dodd, but yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically that kind of stinks. I guess Georgia Tech gets money from that, but at the same time,
it would probably be a home game for them, I would imagine. Like,
yeah. I think it would too. I'm just saying, like, doesn't that kind of suck though?
If I'm Georgia Tech, I'm playing that in my state. Yes.
I agree. Yeah. Whatever. Do you think this is like, I'm okay with this because we can get the noon games out of the way for the neutral side? Like, hey, if we're going to get a noon game, let's do it for this game, not a home game.
I don't want 75 7 p.m. games. Like, I don't want to play.
I agree. I don't want
to play Mississippi State at 7 p.m.
I agree with that.
Also, I don't want to play a bunch of games at 7 p.m. if we're not all that great.
That's true too.
I am very much tempering my expectations for this year. I mean, very much so.
I think this is the year where we just
Don't be shocked to find out I'm playing golf on Saturday morning this fall. I mean, don't be shocked.
Wait, what?
Buddy.
We will be tailgating. And we're just going to really enjoy the tailgates. There's no worrying about like winning or losing. We just enjoy
I can tailgate in a golf cart.
You can tailgate where our tailgate spot is.
What's like, if we open the season blank and blank, when will you let me out of it if it's bad? Like, how bad does that have to get for you to be like, yeah, I would never subject anyone to this?
All right, let's pull up the schedule.
I just can't go through. I cared for way too long in the Jeremy Pruitt era, and I don't think we're going to be that bad, but I should have drawn the line way sooner than I did, is my point. They already have my money.
At worst, Tennessee is 3-2 at the end of September.
Splitting, like potentially lose to Syracuse and Mississippi State. You can't lose to Mississippi State.
So Syracuse or Georgia.
Yeah. Okay.
And you beat Mississippi State. That's at worst.
The Bucks and yeah. Okay. Okay. If we lose to Arkansas, Landon, which we have a lot of away games in October, so that works out good. It gives me plenty of time to maybe reel me back in.
I'm kind of more thinking.
Works good. Yeah, like if we lose to Arkansas, I'll be on the golf course and probably be on the golf course November 1st.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I really think Kentucky is the nail in the coffin to me, where I'm not renewing my tickets next year.
Oh,
if we lose to Kentucky.
If we lose Kentucky, I will be on the golf course every Saturday. I mean, thankfully, that's just 1, 2, 3 more home games after that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can accept that. I can accept the terms of those conditions.
So Jeff Harrison said Tennessee plays top 2 teams in SEC, Georgia, Bama, but play the bottom 6, Mississippi State, Florida, Kentucky, and Arkansas, Oklahoma, Vandy. Why not 9-3?
I mean, kind of like this past year, the schedule sets up for you to be able to win. So yeah, why? I agree. Why not? Well, I mean, why not? You have a brand new quarterback that just got to campus this week. That you're not all in on, but like you're in on.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to be.
You are young and thin at the receiver position. You lost the SEC Offensive Player of the Year. You're starting a true freshman at right tackle. You lost the center and captain of your offense. You lost one of the best edge rushers in the country.
You lost your best player overall in Dylan Sampson.
That's SEC Offensive Player of the Year. But yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That as well. You probably will not have your best DB for at least the first quarter of the season.
At least,
I mean, yeah, right. I mean, I think there's a lot of wins out there because you're playing not great opponents, but there's a lot of reasons why you will struggle. And I'm not saying not you will struggle. You can struggle, I should say.
Yeah. Well, and like this team drops, they've been known to drop a game they shouldn't. And so, yeah, like you're looking at 9-3. I think 9-3 is probably like your ceiling.
Mississippi State is on the road in September. We need to note that.
Yeah. And so is Kentucky.
Yeah. At least that's a night game. It'll probably be somehow 30 degrees October 25th.
Yeah. Florida's on the road. I mean, I'm going to go ahead right now and say, like, until I see them beat Florida on the road, they're not beating Florida on the road. I hate that. I wish I could think differently, and hopefully they prove me wrong, but no shot. I've been there.
Yeah.
But I mean, keep projecting, I guess. I mean, maybe speaking into existence. I don't know.
I agree with Jeff's point. Like the schedule wise, 9-3 is there.
Sure.
I think that's the best you can do. I think that is your absolute ceiling.
Yeah.
But I think it's possible. I don't think anything more than 9-3 is possible.
I mean, I think that's what makes me I'm intrigued by Joey Aguilar because I feel like if somebody were to get us 9-3, I think that guy is Joey Aguilar. And I don't really know anything about him. I just don't know if you have that same ceiling with I don't know if he even wins the job. I don't know if you have that same ceiling with Jake Merklinger or George McIntyre right now. I think it's hard being a first-year starter in this offense. As I mean, they have zero. They have no reps at all. I mean, Jake Merklinger has a few in garbage time, but other than that, not really. At least Joey Aguilar's played some, so that makes me think can we get 2023 Joey Aguilar where he's throwing it all around the yard and guys are catching? I know you mentioned the receivers and how depth is an issue.
And they're just young.
Yeah. I think I worry about them being young more than I am depth because
sure.
Tennessee's
You've seen them run 3.
Yeah, best years they ran 3 or 4.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they ran in 2022. They ran 3 until they had to run 4 because Cedric Tillman got hurt. They put in Ramel Keaton.
Yeah,
but it was 3 again when Cedric Tillman went down. So yeah, I think Tennessee is at its best when they're not playing a ton of guys. I don't know why that is. It's just reality.
Whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, Joey Aguilar is on campus, so that's something. I mean, he got here earlier than I think people expected him to because he was enrolled at App State.
Go Nears.
Huh?
Go Nears.
Go Nears, yeah.
I like App State. I'm not willing to go and say I'm an App State fan, but I like App State.
You kind of like Luke Holmes?
He's okay.
Well, I mean, he's just they built him as this fan, and he basically quit school there. I'm just
that's what I've noticed. I've noticed it before, but it's becoming more. I'm becoming more aware of it now. Colleges love having commencement speakers who never graduated.
Yeah.
That was one of the first things that the dude who writes Yellowstone, he spoke at Texas commencement. Taylor Sheridan. That was the first thing he mentioned. He's like, I never graduated. Syracuse had Carmelo Anthony, which also, by the way, there were people on Facebook who thought that was the kid in Texas who stabbed the guy. They were like, why is he getting to speak at a commencement ceremony?
Jesus Christ.
I was like, I mean, I get you're old, but come on, take a beat. Let's think about this one. Kind of rocks, though, that's going through people's mind. That is the world we live in. I did get got by this week, so I mean, I guess I can't fault them. Did you see that?
I don't think so, no.
I posted it on my Instagram story, and I just saw it scrolling while I was in the bathroom at work, so I was in a hurry. Well, not in a huge hurry, but I was sitting there trying to rack my brain.
Company time.
How it would make sense, and I was like, I don't care, whatever, share. It was that. So I got got. So yeah, whatever. I get that. I'm trying to remember who else I saw that. I think Kanye spoke years ago. Don't think it was this year. Hope it wasn't this year. He did drop a new single. I'll let people decide what they think about it. I'm gonna say bad, personally. That's just my I disavow Kanye's new single. But I think he got an honorary doctorate and pretty much declared himself a doctor.
Ooh, I love that. That's very Michael Scott of him.
I think his exact words were, there are people who said I would never get a degree and now have my doctorate. And I was like, I don't know if that counts. I don't think it does.
He just put it on his resume because no one's gonna actually
It's
review it. Yeah,
it's kind of sick. Dolly Parton, Queen. She never graduated college. She's spoken at least one UT commencement, probably more.
Okay. Kenny Chesney.
He's a bug. He can try to find it all he wants.
I don't know this. I just hear like, oh, Kenny and Peyton were such good friends. Were they, or were they just like famous at the same time?
Yeah, but I feel like that. Yes, and yes.
Okay, they were actually friends.
Well, I think it's similar to the Morgan Wallen Peyton relationship.
Okay, yeah, they're not. They're not.
But like, yeah. Like he's not calling him up like, hey man, I'm having some people over at the house.
Yeah,
you want to come hang out?
Sure.
But like, they're probably coordinating some stuff.
Do you think Peyton ever like texted him and be like, dude, you look ugly as hell in an Alabama jersey? Or do you think he blocked him? Like as soon as he saw it, he was like, yeah, I probably don't need that in my life.
Which country singer are you talking about? Because they both worn Alabama stuff.
Oh, I'm talking about Kenny.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I do need to note that. I mean, Morgan's worn Alabama stuff for all you biggest Vol fan people out there.
Yeah. Joey Aguilar, do you think it's his job?
We just had a comment here. Joey Aguilar, any good? Question mark. Sure. Why not? Let's just say yes. I mean, he's not as raw talented as Nico, but statistically, about as good as Nico at App State. So, what do you want me to? I mean,
we'll see.
I'm not going to sit on here and pretend I'm a QB expert based on film. I don't necessarily love what I've seen, but I also think there's a lot of stuff he could do okay in Josh Heupel's offense. And that is coming from a known idiot. So take that what you will.
The most talented guys have not had the most success in this offense under Josh Heupel. I will just say that.
Sure. Pretty mean of you to say about Hendon Hooker.
Wait, what?
Repeat what you said. Did I hear that correctly or understand it correctly?
I said not the most talented guys have succeeded.
Been the most successful. Yeah. Pretty rude of you to say about Hendon.
I was meaning Joe Milton and Nico because I think everybody.
Nico's flat out arm talent. Like they both have some of the best arm talent.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And Joe is at least won an NFL game.
What do you think about that Patriots article about Joe Milton?
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. It's like the James Pierce stuff. It's like, oh, his character's terrible. Don't take him. I mean, I'm convinced it was the Falcons. Like, hey, please put this article out. So
you think the defense coordinator's son was leaking
probably
more stuff?
Yeah, gotta be. Yeah, I don't know where they got that from. Whatever. I do think Joey Aguilar, now he's here. I think he is like they probably just set him up a room in Anderson training facility. Like that's where you stay. You don't need to go anywhere. You don't even need to know where Cool Beans is at. You need to be that kid in the hallway reading.
We need to give him like some Tennessee. He needs to know where Cool Beans is at. He needs to. They need to know
learn where it's at, like after the season.
No, because like we got to have him love in Tennessee, and I think part of loving Tennessee is someone not from Knoxville is like loving Cool Beans.
Okay, well, you show him that on the first tour and be like, "Don't ever go here until after the season's over."
Nah, he can go before it. He can go after wins. He can go anytime he wants after a win. Don't.
Okay, that's true. You can only go after wins.
Sure.
Okay. But he needs to be that kid in the library that never leaves. Like he needs the film playbook. I mean, you got 3.5 months.
Yeah.
To learn this entire offense that people says like Chinese. So I hope he's able to I hope he's got it between the ears where he can just take information and run with it. Because if not, you're probably not going to be the starting quarterback.
Sure.
Oh yeah, make him a room in the complex. Let him. I think it's good to get him here early. You can get him, some rapport with the receivers. He can be throwing again, learning the offense, and I think building trust is a big thing with a quarterback too. Is like if they don't trust you, probably not going to block for you, probably not going to catch the football, and everything just kind of. I'm not going to say that was the case with Nico, but it felt really weird last year. With Lance Hurd was this like really good tackle in the portal, and he didn't block very well. Campbell wasn't good, and you had receivers dropping the ball all over the place. I don't know. It was strange.
So you're blaming Nico for all of that?
Yeah, it's all his fault. I did see something where he says he's in a lot better situation now. Interesting. Very interesting.
Good for him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll regroup. See what happens. Nike or Adidas? Where you at?
Guys, with this news coming out, I just want to prepare you. That means Adidas offered a lot of money, and the only thing I can confidently say about Danny White, I can't get a good read on the guy, and I've been meeting with him every Monday for like 2.5 years. He likes money. He's like Mr. Krabs. He likes money.
Yeah. So he's going to
Adidas will be the new apparel.
The best offer is what he's taking. I do think
if Reebok came in with the most money, we'd be a Reebok school.
Yeah.
It's just going to be the way it is.
I do think like you have to account for obviously the deal. Yes, that's number one. But are you going to sell the same kind of merch with Adidas or not?
Yes.
There's no way.
Dude, I'm so sorry. I hate to tell you this. Have you met Tennessee fans?
Yeah.
Yes.
I hope it is Adidas because guess what? I will not be buying the same amount of stuff.
Okay, well, buddy,
Adidas sucks. They suck. No kid, no 18 or 17-year-old kids run around and be like, hey, I just got the new Adidas shoes. No.
Well, first off, kid at Nebraska loves Adidas. So.
Yeah. That's another thing. Name one like powerhouse program that's freaking Adidas. No wonder why they have money.
I know I can read the deals. I know it's coming.
I know it's coming too, but whatever. Whatever. I mean, if Nike truly wants to make Tennessee a middle of the road team, and then Adidas is willing to make them like this flagship program, I don't hate that, but at the same time, like I'm not going to be buying stuff. But here's another thing: I like comfort color stuff anyway, so just keep making comfort color stuff, and I'll buy that.
Adidas Golf is better than Nike Golf, in my opinion.
Okay,
Nike Golf, I think, has essentially ceased to exist, pretty much. But
have you met Tony Finau?
Yeah, and I hate. Which I don't really see him all that often, but he wears them all the time. So does Scotty Scheffler. The ones with the Nike check on, like, it looks like you could wear the shirt either way, and it's going to be on your chest.
Yeah,
I don't know what's up with that.
I don't know. I don't understand like the whole. I wish Nike could just pay us more. How about that?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree. But Nike has.
They've not been perfect.
Yeah, I was gonna say they've sucked in some areas, but Adidas sucks way more.
Yeah.
Just get the jerseys right. That's all I care about. And just outfit us in orange and white, alternates only. I'm ready to move on from gray. I'm over it. Just give me a beautiful, like my Casey Clausen jersey. Why can we not just have something beautiful like that? What we won the 98 national championship in is gorgeous. Just put us in that. It's not hard.
I know what you're talking about with those Nike shirts. It looks like they should be at like the Nike outlet. Like they printed way too many of the wrong
Yeah.
They put it in the wrong area. Yeah, I know exactly.
Scotty wears them all the time. I've seen Finau wear them.
Yeah, it's ugly.
Scotty's like one of the only ones I see wearing it every time.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, can you guys put one on the back just in case? I put my shirts on backwards often. Meredith tells me, but Meredith's not always there.
Yeah.
So I only know his wife's name because he mentions her a lot. I don't know a single other golfer's wife's name.
What's Brooks' wife's name? They talk about her all the time. Too.
Good question. Jen? Maybe?
Maybe.
Do you see this Sports Illustrated on my right? Why can I not?
Yeah, I see that.
Mm-hmm. So I posted that photo. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah,
I posted that photo and I was like, why do I not own that Sports Illustrated? Went and found it on eBay.
Oh, you just got it?
Last week, yeah.
How much was it?
$35. It wasn't bad. $35.
Yeah.
No. Well, I have that one. I have the Georgia one.
Also,
the National Championship one. Thanks, man.
Is that new?
Championship year. Yeah. Championship week.
They selling those?
Season? No. Brothers only.
Damn.
I'm just kidding. I don't know. I mean, Neva did get hers, but
that's crazy.
She just got 4.
Mm.
I did find
I always thought
I was printed locally.
I always thought I was a Mitchell, but I always thought I could sneak in and no one would know.
Could be, but if we're adding one, it's probably Adam. I'm sorry.
Mm.
But maybe you can be after him.
Okay.
We always say Adam's the 5th. But he's with us, just like with all of us all the time. So
yeah.
It just makes sense.
Yeah. Maybe one day.
I mean, start showing up.
I'm just a call away.
I've invited you to golf for the last 2 weeks and you haven't come. That's where it started with Adam, was golf.
Do you still have an opening?
Really? I'll check.
Okay. I'm probably in. Who's playing with you?
I think just Adam right now, because hopefully these boys have a game on Saturday.
Okay.
Wait, they definitely have a game on Saturday. Sorry. They did win Tuesday. Just whether it's home or away is now yet to be determined.
Okay. Oh,
everyone I haven't seen a single person being like, yeah, Adidas. So just
that's why it's going to be Adidas, because everybody's.
Well, I mean that, and it's just like, why is it even in talks if they're not offering just a buttload of cash?
Yeah. And like revenue share, like NIL, like you got to have. I mean, you can't have enough money. I guess.
I think we should get our season tickets reduced.
Yeah, that's our new talent fee is Adidas.
Yeah.
I'm in for that. No more talent fee. We go Adidas. I'll take that.
There you go. And you can buy your comfort color shirts.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to.
Tell us about VIP play.
Huh?
Tell us about VIP play.
Yeah, VIP play. Brand spanking new. Guys, go check them out. A great app. You know, when you hear about these apps, you're like, oh, I don't know about it. But this is honestly like a really good app. They have tons of basically everything you could bet on. Leagues, parlays. I mean, everything that you really do. They have all the bonus bet. They have the bonus bets. You bet $5, get $100 in bonus bets with promo code MORETN. So go do that. Sign up today. VIP play. Again, they're live in the whole state of Tennessee. And it's just going to keep on getting bigger and bigger. So super excited about that. They should have more options for withdrawal here pretty soon. Or I'm sorry, deposit, not withdrawal, deposit. You can also withdraw, I guess, too. But
I'm finally in now, too, by the way.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, bet those $5, get $100 in bonus bets. It's easy. I think you get $10 bonus bets. Bet them big one night, win a whole lot. You know, it's super entertaining. So, I mean, there's no better feeling than, you know, talking about different bets and stuff with the boys. So go check them out. Again, use that promo code MORETN when you sign up. Bet $5, get $100 in bonus bets. Also, go check out our good friends at Hovey Dry Goods, hoveydrygoods.com. Use promo code MORE for 15% off that first purchase. They got the new hats officially out. They have the checkerboard right in the middle there. It looks really good. I can't wait to get one. So go check them out. Again, use that promo code MORE for 15% off that first purchase.
Go do it. They just dropped some beautiful hats.
Yep. We did have some questions, but it's kind of about baseball. We shift them back.
It's up to you.
You're
You're the captain of this ship now.
This one question, it says, what's the biggest issue with baseball other than losing? I mean, that's the biggest thing. In my opinion, I think it's situational hitting. I think like not having guys that can just hit a home run at any moment has been a step in the wrong direction for Tennessee. Like it's made scoring a lot more difficult. And Tennessee doesn't bunt a whole lot. They don't steal a whole lot, so they're not really putting any pressure on teams. And then you have guys in slumps. It just feels like scoring one run when you have 3 hits in an inning it's very on par for Tennessee. Whereas like 3 hits, last year is easily 3 runs. And so you're just not able to get, register any runs when you're just, single, strike out, pop out, ground out. Like it's very hard to kind of get anything going when you're not able to hit for power and hit for extra bases. And Tennessee just isn't hitting enough of those. And it feels like with 2 outs, it feels like the inning is over. Yeah. Whereas like Tennessee made a living the last couple of years with 2 outs. Like, oh, we can bat around with 2 outs. That's nothing for us.
In 2023, you were almost like, hey, just give this inning 2 outs. And
yeah, exactly. I think obviously the bullpen hasn't been great. The errors haven't been great, but you're just getting out hit too. Like that's the reality. You're getting out hit by teams. I mean, Vanderbilt out hits you by quite a bit, and they're one of the worst offensive teams in the SEC. So
yeah, that made the thing even more.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
I think that's. Somebody did ask you, is Hunter Ensley one of the all-time greats? And I think you have to say yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Christian Moore is up there for sure. Blake Berg's probably up there. I think Drew Beam's probably up there with what he did over his career. I think if Dylan Dreiling had another year at Tennessee, he just had the 2, but if he had one more, he probably solidifies himself in that conversation. That whole like 2021 group could be in there as well. Drew Gilbert. Obviously you're going to say Todd Helton and Nick Senzel is really good at Tennessee. There's been some good ones, but I mean, when you're looking at all-time greats, Hunter Ensley's got to be up there for what he's accomplished in his 5 years.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt.
All right. A little bit of before we get into stupidities, I do want to mention that Tennessee did have a commit 4-star wide receiver Tyreek King shut down his recruitment. Love that.
Yeah.
Big time. Needed it. I think it's big with, when you have Faison Brandon committed already and kind of already have that your hometown kid being kind of the staple of your class and Tyreek King, go ahead and shut that one down, get it over with. I think that's big to go ahead. Now, maybe in a couple months, there's some drama with that. Who knows? I think you got to go win to keep that from going in the different direction. But Yeah, I think that's big right now to kind of get out of Knoxville, go ahead and shut things down and work on building a class around you.
What
And
was
then,
Philip Fulmer's grandson got offered?
yeah, he's a linebacker from West. I think it's
Saw some people around loving that.
JP Peace is his name.
Yeah, kind of a sweet name.
Yep.
If we're just going on name alone.
Right. And then I think Kevin Simon's son also
Okay.
got an offer from Tennessee. He is at Bearden. That's Kenneth Simon the second. He's a 4-star safety in the 2027 class out of Bearden.
Where's he go to school at? Bearden?
Bearden, yeah.
Okay.
Also, Tennessee landed a transfer commit. MIT pitcher. Well, if I could get to that.
MIT? Like
Yeah.
the MIT? Okay.
The MIT. Mason Estrada currently has an ERA of 2.21. He's 6-0 on the season in 10 starts, 66 strikeouts. He is a draft eligible sophomore. But yeah, committed to Tennessee, really good at MIT. I mean, one thing, he's going to be smart. I hope he's.
I mean, it seems like it, right?
I mean, I can't wait for him to give up a bomb when it's an 0-2 count, and they're like, "Oh, well, we have another one that's not smart enough to throw an 0-2 fastball right down the middle." Yeah, I mean, Tennessee's landed a couple transfer pitchers already in this class, so building up that bullpen, I think, is definitely a priority for the staff. And both those guys, I think, are draft eligible, so we'll see where kind of they land in that. But I mean, you come pitch at Tennessee and pitch pretty well, you're going to get drafted a lot higher than you are at MIT.
Right.
I think that velo's up to 97 is where I saw that today, 97, 98. So it can throw it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm in.
Yeah. Did you see Jackson Lampley's coaching at LSU?
No.
Yeah, he's starting his coaching career. He's an offensive coaching intern at LSU.
Okay. Interesting.
Get that Josh Heupel tree out there a little bit. Yeah. All right. Grade A Grounds.
Yeah, guys, Grade A Grounds. Make sure you go check them out. That is gradeagrounds.com. You want to start your day with a fresh, locally roasted cup of coffee and make a difference while doing it. Grade A Grounds is more than just great coffee. They're all about giving back. Right now, you can support an incredible cause by purchasing one of their special edition coffee bags featuring artwork from talented students and benefiting amazing organizations. If you're part of a school, team, church, or nonprofit looking for a delicious way to raise funds, they've got you covered. With their coffee fundraiser, your group keeps 40%. You heard me right, 40% of every sale, meaning more support for the things that matter most to you. Here's the best part. For being a loyal listener, they're going to give you 10% off your order today. Just use the promo code MORE. That's MORE, MORE at checkout, and enjoy premium coffee while supporting a great mission. Head over to gradeagrounds.com to grab your bag today. It's gradeagrounds.com. Drink great coffee, make a great impact. Grade A Grounds, coffee with a cause. My personal favorite beer is for blueberry. You don't have to take my word for it. Go try it today.
Do it.
All right.
All right, a little stupidity.
Yeah, what you got for me?
I honestly don't really have a whole lot other than just Adidas in general.
I mean, I did get got. But I saw a I
did have another one.
mugshot today on Facebook
Oh,
of a woman smiling very big. Is that? How do you feel about that? Like even
smiling
if the
in
charges even if the charges aren't, and this one kind of sounds serious. It's the Clinton High School one, the grade changing one. Like I think they're holding one of the dudes on like a $500,000 bond for it. It's like sounds pretty real.
Yeah.
Regardless if the charges aren't real or not, like or aren't serious, you're in jail.
You're smiling in your mugshot. Yeah,
I
mean,
feel like I'm going guilty if you're smiling in your mugshot. Like I'm sorry if I'm a jury member and I get to see that, I gotta go guilty.
I think it's one of those things where like you get like a PI, and you maybe smile knowing you're like gonna get out and like not really have much to do about it. And your friends will get like t-shirts made, obviously. Like that's funny when you're like 18, 19. I think when you're an adult, like I think
This
that could ruin your entire career.
Oh, I think her career's done. I think.
Yeah. So I mean that there goes your smile away, moron.
Right. Yeah. It's wild.
I had Hayes Fawcett. This isn't really him, but he did make the graphic for Jared Curtis to commit to Georgia. Did you see that?
I don't think I did. I
it has like a barbed wire fence behind him.
Oh, I did see this. Yeah. What was that about?
I don't know. I don't know if Georgia and barbed wire fences, with their track record, maybe not the best idea, but
Let's drive right through them.
yeah. And then probably just Vanderbilt fans in general.
Sure. Yeah, I can get on that.
Yeah, also Enrique Bradfield going at Tennessee when
Yeah, what is going on?
I don't know. He was 2-8 against Tennessee, so I don't know why you're talking about anything. Oh well.
All right. Anything else?
That's all I got, guys. Go check out roback.com. Use promo code More Important Issues for 20% off that first purchase. Got a ton of great gear over there. They got some more that they just dropped, so go check them out. Love their hoodies, love their t-shirts, joggers, pants, whatever you want. They got it over there. Go check them out. Again, use promo code More Important Issues for 20% off that first purchase. I do want to remind everybody again, Tennessee has won 40 baseball games this season and lost 13. We are okay. The sky's not falling. It's not ending. I don't think Tennessee's going anywhere. They got the number one recruiting class coming in, and you've played a ton of freshmen this year, like are only going to get better. So I know it's not been easy to watch this season, but I do think like good things are ahead of this baseball program. Maybe not team. I don't know how good they're going to be the rest of the year, but I do think there are better days ahead. So just relax a little bit. It's not like it might seem like the sky is falling, but we'll get back. Don't worry.
I like it. Thank you for keeping us in check. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right. Hope everybody has a good good weekend. I know we're coming at you early. I didn't realize baseball played tomorrow, so that probably worked out.
It kind of worked out, yeah. Yep. I think I said that's why we did it, even though I think it was for something else. But yeah,
Sure. Yeah, that's exactly what
we were intentional.
We always have a plan.
Mm-hmm. Guys, thank y'all so much for listening. We'll be back Sunday. Also, shout out to our boy Joey Boots. Graduation on Friday.
I hate to tell you, though, that ruins your chance of ever being a commencement speaker. The fact that you hold a degree.
True. Yeah,
a great milestone.
Maybe he can be the first.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, congrats to him. Glad he's staying in Knoxville. Looking forward to doing a lot more shows and a lot more content with our boy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So shout out. Yeah, that's all we got. Thank y'all again. Have a good rest of your week. We're bringing the boat in. We out.